welcome back to the channel. So we were able to take some time off and go check out the FAM camp at Seymour Johnson Air Force Base. And while we were there, we got to pop over to the Mount Olive Pickle Festival, enjoy some pickles and some good time. Unfortunately, the next morning comes and it's time to check out of the FAM camp. So we have a lot of questions about, or a lot of things on the page sometimes that people ask, how do we keep those double doors closed, keep our gear from sliding around? So this is just one of the large gear ties. They're elastic, just kind of bend around. We use that to lock our cabinet because it holds a lot of our goodies in place, and everything is right where we need it when we get back.
So here I'll be unhooking the different parts of the camper, but first we're going to drain the freshwater tank.
Yeah, get it going. Just get that done.
Excuse me, the gray tank.
Yeah, the gray tank.
Raise the feet up on the jacks.
I mean, we kind of feel like...
comes in very handy being it's just basically a push button.
Yep.
Make sure your ladder's stowed away.
Always make sure everything's stowed away tight. Put those clamps in there. Just double make sure we don't need anything coming down the road. So, and we kind of like to raise the feet up, kind of, I mean, I guess more so to kind of seems to help drain the gray tank a little more if it's not so level and locked a little bit. And as you see, we kind of leave we're kind of leaving our our wheel chocks in place until the end. So I like to keep everything secure.
Yep, we're waiting to remove those when we hook the truck up.
So, yes, we know we need to get on the bandwagon of the, what are they called? The snap pads. Yeah. So I believe that's going to be something that we're going to be adding to our gear here soon, just so we don't have to remember to bring these little guys with us, and kind of, I guess it would cut down on our breakdown time some, because it would just be attached to those. So, but we just keep everything really kind of over here on this one side. We try to keep all of our outdoor gear in one box, on one of the boxes on the outside. So
here we're going to undo the hose. We, of course, always turn your actual faucet part off first. Make sure you drain the filter back out.
Just try to keep it, a little, just kind of dry it out as much as you possibly can, just so there's no water kind of left in it. So, and of course, this is the new EvaFlow, isn't that what's called? I think it was called hose. This is amazing to use. So
here I'm just slatting the filter around, trying to get the water out of it.
So this
actually works pretty good.
Yeah, so this is kind of a trick that we saw in one of our other fellow Winnebago people that do that, and it really was handy. So, and but yeah, this blue hose is amazing. So one of our other videos, you saw that we were going to be trying it out, and this was the trip that we tried it out. And as you see, it just doesn't have a memory of how it was held or coiled up. So this was fantastic. So
yeah, very flexible, easy to coil, stores away nice and tight.
And of course, always putting those caps back on, making sure they're nice and tight. You don't want something just dangling down the road while you're going, because with that little the little plastic strap that's kind of holding it on there, you just don't really need to, you don't want to lose that. So
here I'm putting the ends back on the hose, which we just use it for the gray tank water, so nothing too dirty here by any means. We don't run our septic through it as of now, but we have ordered the Americanizer from Amazon. Steph and James with Fit RV.
Mm-hmm.
They actually make those and sell them on Amazon, and it gives you the ability to hook it to your cassette toilet and dump it down that hose. Obviously, then you have your gloves on and that kind of stuff.
And as you see, we found this little guide to be able to keep our little sewer hose nice and tidy, and just we just clamped it. We just used wire ties.
Yep, zip ties right on there.
Yep, zip ties right on there.
We check those every so often just to make sure they're still good to go.
Yep. It makes cleanup a cinch. It's just there, so it's great. And watch how easy the hose just coils up.
Yeah, but it's pretty amazing how easy and tight it could coil. I could even have made it smaller than that with no issues whatsoever.
Yeah, it was
very flexible.
Yeah, very flexible.
I'm pleased with it.
And I mean, we got that out of, it's 25 foot is what we got. We got that out of Walmart. And on the other videos, I said it was, 17? Yeah, 17.
Yeah, $17 and some change.
Yeah. So perfect. It fits right in our outdoor box. That's kind of right. Like I said, that's right where we put everything. Always make sure to lock your boxes on the side of your campers. Everybody needs to do that. So that way you don't lose anything. Your lid doesn't fly open. So.
Yep. Especially on the camp side. The non-campsite isn't as bad because it doesn't have the part that folds down, but we actually learned the hard way. We forgot to lock it one time, and on the non-campsite, or on the campsite rather, and we lost one of their little pads for our jacks.
Yeah, for our little
stabilizer feet.
Yep. So of course, always kill the power to your camper first from the box before you unhook it from your camper. That's just our good practice anyway. So just like you did, switch it off at the box, then get your cord coiled up and everything. So, and as you're gonna, as you see, we just kind of put it away in the back of our truck because we don't store it in that other box because that's going to be kind of considered our wet box. So, and as you see, always take your trash out with you. What was the famous saying on there? Pack in what you pack out, or pack out what you pack in. Who knows?
Something like that. Turn your propane tank off, depending on where you're going at. Make sure you always tighten this lid back down. We've lost 2 lids ourselves just because I failed to make sure that it was tightened back down. Luckily, the second time we lost it, we found it. That was on our trip to Florida back in January. The torque lift steps are amazing. They fold up so easy. We're just very pleased with those as well. They seem a whole lot more stable than what the factory ones do. Here I'm just raising the tongue of the camper up.
Yep.
That way we can get ready to back the tow vehicle or truck up.
Yeah, always always raise that up. You don't need a big old dent in your license plate or put it into the back. So lowering it down. He's kind of got this to a science. So especially with the little locking tongue there, he's kind of got it all out of science to be able to get it to just kind of lock on there. I usually struggle with it, so I let him handle that.
We usually put some type of lock or tongue pin in there just to make sure, of course, it stays on your
side. Extra safety. We like, always that,
Yep, make sure you hook your tow chains up.
Can't always,
I typically recommend crossing the chains.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep, and then he's locking in the breakaway.
Yep, so that's the emergency breakaway there. You hook up just to make sure that if it was to come undone from the vehicle, that the brakes will kick in and it'll stop on its own, hopefully.
Yeah. So plug in your lights, all these safety measures everybody needs to remember. Always take your time when you're breaking down your campsite and hooking everything up. You want to keep your camper in tow. Don't want to lose it down the road. We've got to keep the road safe for everyone who's traveling on it. So.
Yep. So here we usually stop the jack about 1 inch from going all the way up. That way it doesn't bottom itself out. That's our ox blocks. We carry that everywhere. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty lightweight and it's very stable.
And now that we've got the truck hooked up, or the camper hooked to the truck, it's it's locked in place. Now we go around and we pull up our wheel chocks because it is it's nice and safe. To go ahead and put it away now that everything's locked in place. Not
going to roll anywhere.
Yep.
These were pretty level pads, so we didn't have an issue there regardless, but just you're always not parked on level ground. So once again, always make sure you lock all these boxes, especially this one.
And double check it.
We had this one come open on us one time, and we lost one of the little pads for the feet. So
yep, locking your doors, double checking that your doors are locked. It's never going to hurt to lock your doors, front doors, your back doors. Close up
and fold that arm over your door as well. That way, it helps keep it closed in case anything was to happen going down the highway. Some people have had doors open up, different aircraft or different campers and stuff.
Yeah. So, and of course, we run airbags with ours. So here he's just putting our airbags to where it's going to ride great. It's just keeps everything safe.
Yep. Instead of carrying a tape measure, I just made the little stick and made it easier to check.
Yep. So anyway, thanks for joining in. Get out and explore. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.